The following is a presentation of the Women's Football Alliance.
It was a great weekend of football, fans, and fun. We look back at championship weekend on the road to Canton. Welcome to the final episode of The Road to Canton for 2022. I'm Brian Sweeney, your host and the voice of the Women's Football Alliance Pro Division National Championship game. The weekend of games, fun, and family with fans is behind us. First, we look back at the All-American game, the Division III game, the Division II game, and we'll round things out with the Pro Division National Championship, which for the first time ever was broadcast live to a nationwide audience on a major television network. Alex Westhead is here first to look back at the All-American game.
On Sunday morning in Canton, Ohio, we saw a matchup of the All-American game between the American Conference and the National Conference. Now, typically all-star games across all sports feature high-flying offenses and a lot of scoring. This year's edition of the All-American game did not see that. In fact, defense was the star of the show. We take a look at defensive plays, interceptions from both sides, 2 for the National Conference, and 3 by Division III Iowa Phoenix's star wide receiver and cornerback, Britt Peterson, made defense the star of the show on this Sunday. The offensive scoring looked like this. It was opened by the American Conference as Arlington Impact running back Tara Thomas, yes, running back Tara Thomas, found Jesse Felker, the MVP of the American Conference, in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good. It was 6-0 American. Then, on the next drive for the National Conference, following an interception by the National Conference, it was star running back Clarissa Tullis, who led the National Conference and the Pro Division of the WFA in rushing yards this season, who found her way into the end zone with an extra point and made the score 7-6. That'd be our score at the half. But then as a result of an opportunity for the National Conference on the other side of the halftime break, it would be the passing attack. As the Carolina Phoenix quarterback Caitlin Krug found Shaquandra Gainey in the end zone past the coverage of the American Conference for a beautiful 6 points, and an extra point made it 14-6. The moment of controversy in this game came as the American Conference drive that spanned 16 plays over the course of the fourth quarter was almost capped off by a touchdown. As Arlington Impact running back Tara Thomas stretched for the end zone, it appeared as though the ball had crossed the plane good enough for 6 points. Instead, the ball came out of the hands of Thomas and was picked up by Rebecca Airgood of the Pittsburgh Passion, who was able to return it. Despite much pleading from head coach of the American Conference, Rob Sandelin, it was not far enough and not overturned in order to be able to go for a touchdown for the Americans. The American Conference would have one more look at it, as at the end of the game, there was another Jesse Felker receiving touchdown in the end zone that made it 14-12. On the 2-point conversion try, exact same play, with 3 receivers in the end zone, the quarterback from the Mile High Blaze chose to run the football to the outside edge, reaching for the end zone, and came up just short. National Conference, with victory in the 22 All-American game, 14-12 was the final score.
After a perfect regular season and a couple dominating playoff wins, the OKC Lady Force were looking for their first national championship. Standing in their way were the Capital City Savages, who had other things to say about it. Alex Westhead is here now to look back at the Division III National Championship.
Championship weekend of the Women's Football Alliance at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton featured a Division III matchup first. It was a matchup as Oklahoma City played the Capital City Savages in 2 high-flying offenses. However, it would be defense that would be the star of the show, as 7 OKC turnovers were able to accompany a rushing touchdown by Justine McSwain and a rushing touchdown by the quarterback Jeffries, and 2 pick sixes proved to be the difference as the OKC Lady Force knocked off the Capital City Savages 25-0, earning a spot in WFA's Division II next season. Congratulations to Oklahoma City Lady Force.
In Division II, the stage was set for another team to win a Division III championship and follow it up with a Division II championship the next year. The Derby City Dynamite were that team looking to replicate the success of the Nevada Storm, but standing in their way was the Mile High Blaze, that little team that could. Alex Wested is back now to look back at the Division II National Championship game.
For the Derby City Dynamite, Lessons Houston Buckner figured to be the star of the show. And when the Dynamite rock star, running back, and all-purpose player scored to open the scoring for Derby City and the Dynamite against the Mile High Blaze, figured to be a high-flying offense as it was the opening drive of the game, and defenses certainly were soon to be forgotten. However, as the Mile High Blaze quickly recovered, quarterback Kimberly Sanchez-Stephen did a great job of navigating the Mile High offense and being able to withstand some turnovers on Mile High's side. Derby City gave the ball to Mile High, and despite trailing at the half, Mile High was up by a point in the dying moments of the game in the fourth quarter. As the Derby City Dynamite tried to work their way down the field, the defense proved to be strong, as Derby City attempted to run the football rather than pass. And as a result of the great defense by the Mile High Blaze, for the first time in their history, after making the championship game for the first time as darlings of Division II for much of their history, finally, the Mile High Blaze are champions. Earning a spot in WFA's Pro Division next season, where likely they will find themselves in the American Conference. Congratulations to the Mile High Blaze as champions of the WFA's Division II in 2022.
We'll be right back. The Women's Football Alliance wants to thank their sponsors, KT Tape, Coors Light, Wilson, Aid Nation, Zenith, Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company, Secret, and the NFL Alumni Academy. Thank you for your support of the Women's Football Alliance. Welcome back. For the first time in history, a women's professional tackle football game was going to be broadcast on network TV live for the entire country to see. The Boston Renegades were looking to make it 4 in a row. Standing in their way were the Minnesota Vixens, who were the longest continuously running women's tackle football team in America. What happened in the end? Alex Wested is here to look at the Pro Division National Championship game.
When Boston Renegades Hall of Fame-bound quarterback Allison Cahill was revealed to be out for the 2022 WFA Pro Division Championship, fans of the Minnesota Vixen expected a different result. However, after 3 hours of time on the hot turf at Canton, Ohio's Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, the result was all too familiar. 5 rushing touchdowns in the day for the Boston Renegades, 2 by backup quarterback Shante Bonds and 1 each for Ruth Mata, Katie Falkowski, and the explosive Tudi Kusanen, gave the Boston Renegades victory 32-12. Now, those 2 rushing touchdowns from Shante Bonds proved just how vital Bonds was. With a rushing touchdown against Minnesota in 2021, you knew that when the quarterback was going to take the field, Bonds had a dual threat mentality about her. Not only could she pass, she could run the football as well. That's exactly what she did, carrying the day on the ground, but also the passes that she needed were just crisp enough to be able to maintain success and victory for the Boston Renegades offense once more by that score of 32-12. It's not to say that Minnesota wasn't ready. Defensively, the Minnesota Vixen gave up the fewest points this season that Boston had scored by a wide margin. Double-digit points fewer than what the Pittsburgh Passion gave up to the Boston Renegades in the National Conference Final 2 weeks earlier. However, it was the offense for Minnesota that was so high-flying that simply didn't get started. It was a trend that happened for Minnesota over the course of the regular season, including their playoff matchup against the Nevada Storm, where they only scored 7 first-half points against Nevada, but still came away with victory. Ultimately, the focus and the problem for Minnesota was that their offense just took too long to get going. The passes from Aaron Kelly to Sam Barber, Kaya Segula, and Jackie Radford were too strong, too far for the intended receiver, and those incompletions meant that Minnesota's offense, which found success on the right side of the formation running the football, including appearances from injured running back Grace Cooper, ultimately that running game did not set up for the pass as it should have, and as a result, Minnesota's offense didn't going until the fourth quarter, and it was too little too late. Congratulations to the Boston Renegades once more, 4-time defending Women's Football Alliance national champions. All the teams will be coming for their crown next season. We'll find out on the 2023 road to Canton just to see who, if anyone, can stand up to the Boston Renegades and take victory away.
Throughout the season, we have seen Lois Cook do just about everything. And during the Pro Division National Championship game, she even took a stance as our sideline reporter. Here she is with one more segment this year of Low on the Go.
A jam-packed weekend. It went a little something like this.
Football camp yesterday, the WFA All-American Girls Football Camp. How was it?
It was awesome.
Did you have a lot of fun?
Yes.
Okay, so what position do you play?
I play running back.
Running back, okay, yes, maybe she is a running back, but she showed up and showed out. She is multi-talented. She was catching some passes, she threw some dimes, and then she made some moves and laid some hits. Wow.
Okay, so you were doing this one drill where you were going through the cones and then you hit the bag and you like flew into it. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Can you tell me about that? Where did you learn to hit like that?
My father.
Ah, okay. So, will you be playing football in school?
Yes.
And what about playing football when you're an adult?
Yes.
Are you gonna play pro?
Yes.
All right, we heard it. We heard it here first.
Talia told me she had so much fun, and she told her dad she was coming back to Canton next year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we can't wait to see her, and hopefully we'll get her back on Low on the Go.
It's on 3, and then we're gonna get a water break. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense!
So again, this weekend was so amazing. Not only did we have the Girls All-American Football Clinic, we also had our D3 championship game. Shout out to Oklahoma City Force for bringing home the win, and also to Mile High Blaze for their win as well. What a game, 20-21, oh my gosh. That's some good football. We interrupt this program to bring you the Fathead.
Oh, give me hugs. No, let me block for her. This is amazing. High five. Oh, hey girl, hey. They love you.
Oh, well, looky, look who it is. Wait, where is she going?
Right? The real deal.
And then, of course, we had Boston versus Minnesota. Now, I had to talk to Boston after that game. They did a great job in the game, but I thought we should put Boston to a different test. Some trivia. How about a pop quiz?
Oh yeah. Wow, what's that? Is that a championship thing?
Championship grill.
Oh, championship, okay. Championship grill. Okay, fill in the blank. All or
Nothing.
all or nothing. Finish my sentence. This is lucky number 7. I mean, are you hungry?
I'm hungry for a win, baby.
Fill in the blank. Win or tell me something about rain. The next ring is the best ring. How do you spell win?
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Well, there you have it. They passed the test. Big congratulations to Boston on their win. Oh, well. This is where we leave it. I am so thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us right here on Road to Canton and for putting up with Low on the Go. I had so much fun this season. I hope that you did too. You know where to find me, and if you want to see more, find Brian Sweeney and hit up his Twitter. Peace!
The Women's Football Alliance wants to thank their sponsors, KT Tape, Coors Light, Wilson, Aid Nation, Zenith, Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company, Secret, and the NFL Alumni Academy. Thank you for your support of the Women's Football Alliance. The season is over and it was filled with great success stories throughout. If you or somebody you know is looking at sponsoring the Women's Football Alliance or the Road to Canton, please don't hesitate to reach out. Also, make sure you find a team in your area, whether you want to be a player, a coach, a fan, or just help support these female athletes. For Alex Westhead, Brandy J, Lois Cook, I'm Brian Sweeney, and we'll see you in 2023 on the Road to Canton.
Thank you for watching the preceding presentation from the Women's Football Alliance.